Nice. Jared, thank you for that lovely serenade. Jared Rumsey, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause real quick. Just a little golf clap. All right. So, why is Jared playing guitar, you ask? Well, today on Lessons Learned, we're going to be talking all about music and how music affects our lives. I'm Randy, here today with Chris, Jared, Joe, and Talon. And you know what we haven't done in a while, guys? We haven't done a bug fact. Bug fact! In a study done by Johns Hopkins University, research has shown that listening to music can reduce anxiety, blood pressure, and pain, as well as improve sleep quality, mood, mental alertness, and memory. And yes, I did just read that off my phone because I wasn't about to memorize it. Go ahead and blast me in the comments. I don't care. So yeah, how does music affect us? Chris, why don't you go ahead and tell us what
Thanks
you think.
a lot. Yeah, thanks, William the Bro. Get it, William Defoe, William the Bro. Get it? It takes a little thinking. Thanks.
I don't know who that is.
Oh my god. Anyway, Jared's like the guy at a campfire who brings his guitar, and I'm pretty sure he's done that.
That's the only song I can play, though.
That's it. Well, thanks for that, bro.
Nice.
William the Bro.
Although I will say, the study showed that it reduces anxiety, but Jared playing guitar before we started was definitely raising Chris's.
Oh,
so
super. I don't know. Blood pressure's at like sky high right now. To the moon, bro. Is where my
To the
blood pressure's
moon.
at.
To the moon.
Anyway, so music is very powerful. Everybody loves it. Everybody hates certain types of music, but it's a very powerful tool for, like Randy said, memory, and just happiness, right? Like, it can change your mood instantly. At least for me, I know if I'm waking up, I want a certain type of music versus if I'm going out to the bars, I want a certain type of hype up music, right? So what kind of music do you enjoy? It all varies, right? I don't think anyone has like a go-to all the time, 100%, this is my genre of music. I think it varies a lot. And I know during that study, I wanted to talk about my grandpa when he was going through all his dementia stuff. It's true because my grandma would play like 50s music, like stuff he was in his prime with, and they would dance to back in the day. And even though he was losing his memory, like a lot of memories came back when that music was being played. So I've seen this firsthand, and I think it's really interesting how it can jog your memory along with just changing your mood in general.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yep. I'm
It's really
sure
crazy
some people
how your brain like associates different musics and different things with memories or experiences or even just like your day-to-day lives and like how it affects you and can change, like just like you said, how it can change your mood.
Yeah. Joe, what'd you want to say?
I was gonna say, I'm sure all of us have probably experienced that already. Like, how many times have you been in a car listening to a song? You're like, you know what? That brings me back to this night out or this time. Was at the beach, heard this song, just brings you right back to it.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I remember, this is funny. I remember Miley Cyrus, the song Mother's Daughter. Me and you were driving up to Jersey together in the fall time, and it was awesome.
Hell yeah.
I say it's stuck in there.
See, there it is.
And then Young Gravy. Young Gravy comes on, and it's me and Rumsey up in Vermont driving around, dude. It's
Or in
crazy.
Vegas listening to the baby.
Yeah, dude. These songs have such an impact on your memory. It's unreal. I'm sure everybody has a memory associated with a certain song.
Absolutely.
Has to.
So that just goes to show how powerful music really is, on top of just enjoying it, like, what's your guys' go-to when you wake up? Like, what's the first type of music you throw on? Randy's is probably like SpongeBob quotes or some shit.
No.
What is it?
No. My go-to morning music is kind of like more upbeat. Like, I do listen to more metal music, but I don't go like full-blown metal first thing in the morning. I like to listen to I like to listen to something that's gonna kind of get me going, get me moving. Like, it'll be more like rock kind of music. Gets the people going, fist bumping. Yeah, I'd say more like rock music in the morning, and then actually, so here's one thing I love to do. So like, I'll listen to a lot of like metal at the gym, and it's crazy how even just like different songs can like change your workout. Like, I know for me personally, like I'll be like getting ready to do a big lift or something, and if the wrong song is playing, I'll sit there and like scroll
Yep.
through and find a different song that I know is going to get me going.
It's like your own
I do the
personal
same
hype
exact
man.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's
Yeah.
the same thing like with sports too. Like I'll use like baseball for an example, as I always do. Everybody has like walk-up songs. Like your walk-up song, like when you're walking up to the plate, is to get you hyped up and like pumped up for that at bat. Or
Yeah,
like
for
when
that
you're a
strikeout
pitcher and
coming
like
up.
yeah. or like if you're a pitcher, like your walk-out song, like when you're walking out to the mound from the bullpen, like they're playing this song, it's to get you going, get you in that mental zone, get focused. So I think that's a big thing. But then one thing I like to do is like I always do. I'll like listen to metal at the gym, and then when I leave and I'm driving home and I want to like chill, I'll put on straight up like piano music.
Nice.
Interesting.
Really?
So it's like I totally switch the flip when I
Nice,
leave
dude.
the gym.
That
Yeah,
came
so-
pretty organically this time.
It
Yeah.
did.
So the music,
Oh,
the
wow.
music,
Got 2 out of the way early.
the music affects your brain and the rest of your body too. I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd
So-
say without a doubt.
My go-to, I've got a routine basically because that's how my brain works. Is I wake up, a little bit of John Mayer, dude, gets my day starting right. Like it's perfect. It's just nice, slow. I love it, little John Mayer. And then when I'm going to work, the drive in, that's when like some hip hop comes on or some rock, some Blink-182, some shit like that. Like
Hell
it
yeah,
gets me
brother.
like I'm relaxed. I get my shower, get my coffee, and then on the way to work, it's like, all right, I'm gonna own this day, and that's the type of music that I like. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then sorry to cut you other guys off. I want to mention this too because Talon turned me on to this back in the day. Like I never knew this existed. Was he was just
K-pop?
working at his computer? No, Talon listening to hip hop. I didn't see it. No, him
No,
and his
K-pop.
lo-fi beats, man.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
That shit just gets you in the zone. Like when I'm editing, I've posted many stories, so whoever like follows us knows that's what I listen to. But that's because of Talon. It's just like it for some reason lo-fi beats just makes me feel creative and it gets my head to like focus on exactly what I'm doing and like nothing else matters. So it's super cool how that works.
Yeah, man. Beats to study and relax to. It's in the title.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I loved when you would put that
Oh,
on
yeah.
the rhythm bot, like on Discord before we would start. You used to do
Yeah.
that like every time you'd hop
Yeah.
on, you'd throw the rhythm bot on. We gotta start
That
doing
was
that.
nice.
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah.
should start doing that and they don't have to listen to Jared's shitty ass guitar play. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was me.
Rude.
Damn,
Man.
cold blooded.
I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. That was pretty good. I can't even play, so I'm just jealous.
I'm sorry, Mr. Garrison.
I
And
have a
then
guitar,
so
too.
like one other thing I wanted to mention was when studying, I know when I was going for my bachelor's degree, I was deploying, I was very busy all the time. And one thing I would do is I just put like noise canceling headphones on. Like we've talked about this before, and just throw on classical music like Randy enjoys on his way back from the gym, some piano. A little like orchestra music. It's unreal how much like I've done this to myself. Like I've studied myself, whether I study when I don't have that music on versus when I do. And it's incredible how much more I remember when I just have like classical music playing in the background when I'm studying.
Very interesting.
That's really powerful. Yeah.
I think
All
it's
right, who's
important
next?
to.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
I think it's,
Yes.
Speechless.
I think it's important to realize too, though, that as much as it can be, music can be powerful in a positive sense, it can also be powerful in a negative sense too, because it's gonna kind of like, depending on the music you listen to, it's gonna like fuel your mood. Like I know, like when I have days where I'm like, if I'm like annoyed or pissed off about something, and like I get in the car and I throw on some kind of like fast pace or like metal music, it just enhances it. It almost like makes it worse. So, like I drive more aggressive and like, I feel more aggressive. So you have to like kind of pay attention to that too, and how your brain and your body works with that. Where like, if you're in a bad mood and like a certain type of music is gonna elevate that, then you gotta put on something else that's gonna, kind of bring you back down to normal level.
That's a
Yeah,
good
man.
point.
I had to stop listening to music while I was on my motorcycle because I would be listening to like hard rock or like Logic or something, and
Oh yeah.
it's not good. Yeah, because
He just sent it.
definitely
Yeah.
makes you more aggressive.
Yeah.
Rumsey,
Well,
last
sometimes-
night. we were
Go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, we were driving last night to a bar, and I was like, "There's like a motorcycle," and a cop pulled him over, and I was like, "Rumsey, if I was in a high speed chase on a bike, this is the song I'd be listening to," and like I would just go like full send. So this is a perfect example. I didn't even mean to tie that in, but it worked.
Perfect.
It's awesome.
So another point to make about like, so when I listen to like the more classical or like piano music when I'm driving home from the gym, I got to be careful too, because sometimes, you know, you get a really hard workout and you're done, you're tired, you're driving home listening to like classical music and you're like driving at, you know, at the wheel, you're like falling asleep. Sometimes I got to switch it off of that onto something a little more up so I can stay up to get home.
Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want
You
to
can
like relax too much.
You can still listen
Exactly.
to some like suspenseful classic music. So
There
I
you
listen
go.
to like
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of Hans Zimmer, Michael Salvatore, Martin O'Donnell.
Hans Zimmer's one of my go-tos.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Joey's like, "What is this? I
Everyone
don't
listen
read,
to classical? Like,
classical.
what is
Yeah.
exactly? What is this?
It's okay. I don't listen to classical either, Joe. It's fine.
Thank God. All right.
It must be a smart person only type music."
Oh.
Excuse me.
Man.
Just kidding.
You're,
You've got
you're
two
talking
ends of the
against
spectrum.
biggest
that-
brain guy here.
Yeah, and then the smallest brain guy here.
I think we were talking about me
Nice.
with the biggest brain here.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm a maintainer after all.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But so I think like there's definitely like bringing it into the working out area, right? I used to hate rap. Like we used to put Club Fitness
Dude.
back in Delaware, Joe. They would play rap, and I was just this little punk ass kid listening to like Blink-182. I was like, who the hell listens to rap when they work out? Like, what is this trash? And like I wasn't cultured at all. And then I moved away, and I was like, yo, this shit's actually fire. Like
It's
just
hilarious.
nice.
I do the same.
Oh,
thing.
this shit slaps, bro.
Yeah. This high key slaps. But now, so Rumsey mentioned it. I listen to Logic, and it's not just, I mean, the beats are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but his words are so powerful. Like, he's talking about just equality, and like it really gets you thinking. At least for me, it gets me thinking like how messed up this world is. And it just gets me like super motivated to go work out and try and like better myself to help improve society. I mean, I know like in the grand scheme of things, it's very, very minimal, but that's just the way I perceive it. And like, that's what motivates me in the gym.
Yeah. Calling it out right now because you mentioned Logic. His album, The Incredible True Story, honestly, it's a masterpiece of music. Everyone should go listen
Yeah.
to it. Listen to
Yeah,
the
it really
entire
is.
thing. There's very few albums that like you would listen through every single song in order. That's one of them. Like listen to the entire thing, like just like on a commute or something like that, and you will realize it's a masterpiece.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, his first like 3 albums are just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to
Big
listen to all of
Logic
them
fans
in order.
over here.
Dude,
I'm not
like,
even
honestly-
a huge fan, but that's an amazing
Logic
album.
fans.
Same with for me,
Yeah.
Daft Punk's Random Access Memory. That's another album. It's a masterpiece of just. I don't even like that kind of music, but like you just listen through the entire thing. It's just like this is like what music is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's refreshing when you hear like more current music that has actual substance, because I feel like there's so much music now that you listen to, and if you actually like pay attention to the lyrics, you're like, this is stupid. Like there's no message. Like if you used to listen to like older music, if you go back and listen to music from like the 70s, 80s, 90s, like every song tells a story,
Dude,
Oh yeah,
right? Like
Tupac
Now
and
there's
Biggie
just-
were like notorious for that.
even
Yeah.
outside
there's
of
a
Oh yeah.
even
there's
outside
a really
of
interesting
sorry,
Oh
Randy.
my
Damn
god.
it!
There's the
Talon
delay.
go.
So like even outside of just like the like lyrics having meaning and everything, even like today's songs, greatest example, work. If you ever look at
I
the
was just gonna
lyrics for
bring that
it,
up.
work. He said me half a work. Like come on, like what is this lyrics?
So there's a song, there was a Pearl Jam song that they compared to Work. I guess that song's called Work, right? I
Yeah.
guess.
By
I would
by
imagine since they
Riri?
say it 400 times. Yes. And I guess like whatever this song was by Pearl Jam had like, I think 500 or 600 different words used in the song. And then Work had like under 100.
I think it's like 20. Straight up, I
Oh,
think it's
boy.
20.
Like, it's like it's crazy when you think about that and like how just I don't know, like how do people listen to that? I don't.
Or mumble.
I mean, listen, and not that I'm calling. If you like that, you do you. Like music is your own personal preference. If that's what you like and you want to listen to, that's what you like and you want to listen to. I'll never understand it, but sure.
Yeah.
I just
Talon,
think
did you
having
Google this,
substance in
Talon?
music is
Did
important.
I Google what?
Oh, I thought you were Googling how many words
I
Work has,
I
but-
googled the lyrics, and I mean the
Yeah.
first like paragraph of lyrics is literally just either it's work, dirt, he said, and me, and that's it. So that's half the song right
Is that
there.
5-6 different words?
Yeah, that's half the
Hell
song.
yeah,
Is
bro.
five
Oh,
is
that's funny.
6 different words. So
Look, I love my girl Riri. She's good, but that song is it's subpar.
Okay, so I don't want this to turn into just us dogging music.
Oh,
but
shit.
Chris, remember when I pulled up that most necessary playlist on Spotify? Because it was like new rap. So I'm like,
Oh, you
Let's
mean
check it
yesterday?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And
that shit was
we
horrible.
We were listening to the songs, and it's like none of this is good.
None
Like
of it.
all of it. I guess like mumbling is new. Like it's
mumble
what
rap.
people like to do.
Mumble rap is a cancer.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Man, like I suggest
sorry.
I don't want to just dog on music, but I suggest if you like that kind of music, listen to some KRS-One or Gangstar or NWA, Nas, DOS like go a little old school with it and broaden your horizon.
Oh, Randy's gone.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
for sure.
Randy's
He's coming
back.
He's coming back? Hell yeah,
Hey,
brother.
It would have
He's
been
back.
fine if you just didn't say anything.
Oh, I was gone for like a long time.
I know he was.
Mm.
I wasn't gonna cough Jared for it though. But so only 2 people here have talked about what they listened to throughout the day.
Yeah, this was Chris and
That was
Chris and
Randy
Randy.
and Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the others?
Uh,
what about you, Talon? What do you listen
Yeah,
to?
so my main music genre is gonna be alternative. So like Arctic Monkeys, Cage the Elephant, The Strokes, Weezer, stuff
Hell
like
yeah.
that. Because
Nice.
the thing about alternative, and like I was listening to it in the car yesterday, Gabby was talking to me. She's like, "Your taste in music's changed." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" It's alternative. The thing about alternative is that it's not really a defined genre, and like it could have rap, it could have like it could just be beats, it could be whatever. So that's just alternative. That's why it's called alternative. It's kind of free form in a sense.
Yeah.
And then I have
It's built different.
it's built different. Yeah. And then I have like nostalgic moods. So like when I was in high school, I listened to like a lot more hardcore and stuff like that. So like if I'm in a nostalgic mood, I'll listen to like Of Mice and Men. I'll listen to like We Came as Romans, August Burns Red, stuff like
Nice.
that. And then if I'm like actually working and like doing something, like last week when I was like painting or something, I'll put on like classic rock. I'll put on like my super fancy headphones and stuff like that, and I'll just sit there and just be like, it's like that's the one I just sit there and like this music's beautiful, and like I'll just sit there and appreciate it for like I'll listen to music for like 10 hours straight sometimes. So
Damn, Daniel.
damn.
Yeah, I can go
That's awesome.
all day just listening to music. Like, there's not. I love silence. Don't get me wrong. Like I love, just being in the woods with the hammock, just listening to the wind. Like silence is key sometimes. But I can easily listen to music all day long, every day. It just can't be the same genre
Yeah.
because your moods change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music's one of those
Yeah.
things, like if you think about it, every single culture, no matter like how much distance is like built up between them, every culture in history has always had some form of music. It's just a human nature to want to express our feelings in some kind of music way.
Yeah, even cavemen back in the day, like, when they were like hunting and gathering for food, they would listen to Jared Rumsey play guitar, and like it would really get them.
Pac-12, Pac-12,
Pac-12,
Pac-12.
You guys thought I was gonna say something smart there, didn't you?
I thought you were. I was gonna be like, well, were you there?
Shit. That's
Do
funny.
you think?
That's
Wait.
awesome.
All right. This is probably gonna sound weird. Do you think there's anybody out there that doesn't like music?
No, I don't think
sure there
anybody
is.
doesn't
So-
like music.
Actually,
So-
I will say
No,
this.
I'm sure there
Up
is.
until I was 16, I didn't like music. I did not understand
Thank you.
music at all. I was just like, why is this a thing? Like I just
Yep.
could not understand why people enjoyed music. Like for some reason, like the beats, the rhythm, it never like hit me. And like I heard the lyrics, but like I never actually listened to them. It was just noise to me. So like for the
Whereas I
longest
brought-
time, like
yeah.
even today, I have a really hard time memorizing lyrics because like the way that I listen to music, I just listen to the noise as a whole. So I don't pay attention to each and every element as it. But like as a kid, I just never understood anything of music. I'm just like, this is just dumb. Like I honestly did not like music.
All right, now I actually brought that up for a reason. I brought that up because I actually felt the same way up until I was probably, I don't know, 12-ish, 12, 13. And it was kind of the same thing where it's like, people would say to me, what's your favorite band? And I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I don't have a favorite band. Like, I wouldn't like not listen to music, but I wouldn't go out of my way like to listen to music. And like, if, people had it on, I might say like, oh, this like sounds cool or whatever. But I never like went out of my way to actually like listen to a band or something. And the first band I actually liked was Fall Out Boy.
Nice.
And the whole reason I even started listening to him was because there was a girl in my class that I liked that I knew liked Fall Out Boy, so I started listening to
Which
it.
album though? From Under the Cork Tree, because that's the only good one.
I think so. Is that the one that has like Sugar
Dance,
We're Going
Dance.
Down?
Yeah,
Swinging,
yeah.
Dance,
From
Dance?
Under the Cork. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, that was like the
Early
first album I
2000s.
liked.
So you, was a girl that made you get into music. For me, I honestly think it was probably like Guitar Hero and Rock Band and stuff like that because they're just fun games in general.
I respect that.
And then like when you start playing like either the guitar, you start seeing it or something like that. You start paying attention to those individual elements of the music. I'm like, this is pretty fun. And like then I just start liking the music.
Here's a little fun facts for you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I played clarinet until 8th grade, and I was fucking trash at it.
No way. I didn't even know that.
I played the
Maybe
You didn't know
Maybe-
he played clarinet?
Maybe it wasn't to the 8th grade. It was maybe to like 6th or 7th grade, but it was fucking bad. It was just me and my friends. I remember Chris Payton was in there, and we would just play clarinet, and like I was like, bro, this ain't for me, dog.
Oh, wait, Chris. Chris, who's the friend? Your age group used to play the drums. I think it was
Pinella,
also
right?
Chris.
Yeah, Chris Pinella.
Pinella. There,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was us
So,
three Chris's.
Also, fun fact, I used to play trombone back in New Jersey. And one time we were doing a little concert in the auditorium, and I will never forget this. I was up there trying to play trombone, and he is over there on the drums, like straight staring at me, making goofy faces. He's like, "Joe," I'm like, "What?" He's like,
That sounds about right.
and so I'm sitting here trying to play trombone, just dying.
It's like, sounds like a fucking goose.
It was great.
Speaking
Oh
of
my
goose
God.
sounds, what's that Nicki Minaj song?
What?
I don't know, probably more
I don't
trash.
actually
Oh,
know.
oh shit! What is it? It's so fucking funny. Oh, I'll think of it later.
Nikki?
I just sound like an idiot right
Nikki's
now, but I
anyways,
know
yeah.
I know whoever
Somebody
listens to
knows.
Nicki Minaj knows that song and knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh God.
For your next birthday, I'm getting you a clarinet.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I don't know what you're talking about.
Call me Squidward.
I mean, that's not far off.
Yeah, he's not very good
Got
at
the
it.
nose.
He's ugly. Exactly. Just call me Squiddy.
Bitches a lot. Just saying.
That's true.
Honestly, dude, you might be Squidward.
Damn, I didn't know it just turned into a roast session.
Yeah.
Back to music.
This is actually the roast of Crystal Thierry.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Comedy Central.
That was all true.
We're gonna get fined now.
Okay, going a different
Probably.
way. How about some like times where music has helped you get through hardship? So
Oh yeah.
I don't know about y'all, but when I'm like going through some stuff, I tend to listen to music that's more sad, more melancholy, I guess as one would say. And I think it's just because you can relate to it more. Like you would think, if you're feeling down, you would listen to some uplifting, happy music, but I mean, I know some people do, but for me, I listen to like some NF, which a lot of his music is like dark and personal. It's just, that helps me. What about you guys?
Yeah, I would agree with that too. And I think a lot of that is because number one, it's like you said before, you can relate to it. And number two, I think when it's like when it's done really well, like you kind of get the feeling like that they sang it from the heart. Like it wasn't just something they wrote and sang, like they wrote it and sang it because something happened to them that made them write it and sing it.
Dude,
It
that's
so I
like
think
this-
that's part
yeah.
of.
Sorry, go on.
I think that's what makes it so relatable. Is it's like, okay, I'm having my bad situation. This person wrote a really good song about a similar situation. Like they went through something that I'm going through now.
Yeah, I think
I
that's why people listen to that. It's so when you're in this sad, just bad moment in your life or something, you don't want to feel alone. So that's why you listen to songs like similar situations. You listen to that kind of music. That way, like, hey, everyone else feels like this too. Everyone else experiences these same feelings.
I think a great most recent album that just dropped is Justin Bieber's new one. And like, listen, I was never like a big fan of
Weebs.
Justin Bieber's early stuff because it was, I thought it was childish and stuff, which it was. But
Now he's got
recently,
Bieber fever.
the past few albums have been like really good, and this one tells the story of like him, fucking up and like overcoming adversity, and now he's married and like he's very grateful for his wife, and it honestly means a lot. Like listening to the lyrics of his new songs, like it's awesome. So I think that's a great example of that.
Yeah.
And I know, one thing real quick. I know Jared was like how music can, like when you're sad, what do you listen to basically? When I was in Japan after like this whole relationship stuff going on like 2 years ago now. Well, I guess year and a half ago,
year.
whatever. Yeah, that's more than a year. But I would listen to this one song and I would run along the ocean, bro, and like I just wouldn't stop. Like I'd have the song on repeat, like this, like 2 or 3 songs. There's like very sad shit. I get like super depressed, and I would just run for like almost an hour, and it was awesome. Like you're just running along. Like I was like on the verge of
Is
tears.
your life a movie?
Dude? No, like I was on the verge of tears, just like super depressed and sad and guilty. And I turned on the song, and because it reminded me of her, and I would run along the seawall and just like stare at the ocean and think like how cool it would be for her to be here. And like, dude, I was in my fucking feels, man. Like it was some sad shit. And like that music, you're listening to lyrics, you're like, fuck, I'm going through this right now.
Yep.
And you just like associate yourself with it, right? With the pain. And for me, my hardest workouts ever are when I'm just like super depressed, which maybe isn't the healthiest thing.
Hell yeah, dude. That's why
Mine stem
heartbreak
from
makes you
anger, but
shredded.
Sure.
Yeah.
We talked about that on Emotions with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
So last year, I also went through like a bad depression. Ironically, it was like during the same time as Chris. But for whatever reason, I was just I was down bad. I was in one of the worst depressions I've ever been in. But totally opposite with my music choice as Chris. Like I was listening to a lot of like the metal side, like Disturbed, Avenged Sevenfold, and everything. And I literally just took it all out on the gym, and I was like, I'm gonna power through this. And
I have another bug
It was
fact.
just fueled by rage. But go ahead.
Yeah, so funny that you should say that because I don't remember. It was another university study. I don't remember which one, so I'll have to look it up. They actually did a study that says that people who listen to like metal music actually have an easier time connecting with their emotions.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
I feel like it'd be
Yep.
the total
Very
opposite.
interesting.
No.
I would imagine as well, but that's interesting.
I can imagine it. I mean, metal
Yeah.
and like hardcore music, that's literally nothing but emotion. So that's like
That's
that's
true.
the whole reason behind it. It feels like
That's the one genre of music that I just cannot listen to.
not even like big three, not even like
Oh, really?
thrash metal, like Metallica, Megadeth, nothing like that.
Five Finger Death
Five
Punch.
Finger. I'm actually not a
Met-
big fan of them, but
They're
No.
not as. I'm talking like Slipknot kind
Yeah,
of metal.
Slipknot,
Disturbed,
that kind of
like
metal,
See,
Super
okay.
Disturbed.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do
Yeah.
it. Can't.
See, I like metal up until it goes into like all the screaming, and that's
Yeah.
nothing but screaming. And now like that, I call it quits there.
So on the same themes of like metal music, I know when we were going through training for the Air Force, we're not going to talk about what specific training, but they would blast this horrible fucking music, and they had to have tweaked it, like made the pitches really high or some shit. Like I don't know what they did to this shit, but holy fuck, you're sitting there and you're just like, make it stop. It was
Losing your
horrible,
mind.
dude. Yeah, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. And it was like one of the worst experiences of my life because I couldn't make it stop, and it was just on a loop, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
music like that, it truly is just like psychological torture at that point. Yeah, it can be used in very bad ways.
Yeah.
And no matter what it is that you don't like, I mean, it could just be a song you don't like. If you have no control over changing it, it's just like, it's awful.
No.
Not that that compares to like what you guys did, but even still, just like if you're in the car with somebody and they have control over the radio and just put on some awful fucking song, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. And so back to this whole memory thing. Like that's just, it goes to show, like, even you can relate it to horrible memories. Like if you hear that song,
Yeah.
it like triggers not PTSD necessarily, but like I'd change the fucking song right now. Like I'm gonna fucking rage out. And I talked about studying before with like classical music and how that actually helps. And I don't think I mentioned that I actually read a study somewhere that I mentioned it to you guys before we started recording, that it's proven that music helps you remember better studying. But what I found interesting was it doesn't matter what type of music you're listening to, as long as you enjoy it, it helps your memory. Like it helps you remember exactly what you're studying a lot more. So it could be like if you like metal, if metal makes you happy, you can listen to metal music while studying for class, and like you're gonna remember it better. Whereas I enjoy classical music, like it soothes me a little bit, and then I remember a lot more.
Yeah, I listen to K-pop when I study.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you would think it's extremely distracting or something, but one, you can't understand the lyrics, so you don't want to sing along to it or anything. And then
Right.
two, I don't know, it just works.
What's that? The we or something? Weeble?
No,
What's that? What's
That's
that?
an investing
Weeaboo?
app.
Weeaboo. Weeaboo. Wee. That's you, bro.
No, that's caribou.
Oh, that's funny.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Weeaboo.
Isn't that term for like? I don't remember.
Like weeaboo metal.
No,
type stuff?
no.
I thought they
The
call people
Talking about like
weebs.
weebs.
weeb.
Oh,
That's it.
yeah.
Weeb.
That's K-pop. Weebs are for Japanese stuff.
Jesus.
Oh, I don't know the difference.
Yeah, get it
man.
right.
I don't know
dummy.
this. I couldn't even remember the
Learn
words. I
learn
just
how
knew
to
it was
insult
funny.
people.
God.
Uncultured swine.
It is crazy what music does to you psychologically, though, too.
Yeah.
Like there was a TEDx or a TEDx TED Talk.
TED Talk. there.
FedEx, bro.
Yeah.
FedEx.
There was a TED Talk done about music and how it affects you physically and psychologically. You know, it can speed up your heart rate, and you said it can raise your blood pressure. But this TED Talk was done for an audience, and they had a video of like sharks swimming in the ocean. And first they showed it without any music or anything. And then they added music to it. So they actually had like a live orchestra there playing music. And they replayed the clip with like this happy tune. And they had like all these notes hooked up to this dude's head to like measure his brain waves and activity. And it was like nice and pleasant. His heart rate was down like when they played the nice music. And then they played like suspenseful music, like dun 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 dun.
The Jaws
and,
music.
Yeah.
and you could see his heart rate starting to go up. And then, yeah, I mean, they do that for horror movies as well, right?
Yeah.
I was just about to
gonna
say
mention
that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but watching like a suspenseful like horror film and just muting it during one of like the suspenseful parts, and it's like
It's
it
hilarious.
makes it so
That's
much
what
easier
it
to
is.
deal with, and it is hilarious. Yeah. So
You know,
it's funny
it's
how
funny
they
when you-
manipulate music.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can change anything. Like you could literally take something that might be in a movie and be a scary scene, and make it like happy or like, upbeat. Where it's like it all has to do with like the music that's playing in the background.
Yeah. I mean,
Play that upbeat like SpongeBob music.
Yeah.
Over.
or when it comes to like video games, when the music starts like getting louder, you're like, oh man, it's
Oh,
about
can
to be
you
a
know?
boss battle or something. Start to get like heart rate starts
Yeah.
going up, or it just messes with your expectations.
It works.
So I was on a flight once,
It
and
does.
you guys remember Hiles. He was watching The Conjuring 2, but he had the subtitles on, and because his headset was hooked up, and I was obviously not plugged in with him. So I'm like watching this movie, and I hate scary movies, probably because of the music. So I was watching with subtitles though, and like that was honestly still scary to me because in my head I'm playing that fucking music and I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down, and it's like I was like, oh my god. Like I would jump in my seat without even having the music there. Like it's just so engraved in my head. Like I knew the sounds that were coming through the speakers.
Oh man.
Yeah, music is powerful, man.
Impressive.
You've been conditioned.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's probably the most powerful tool, I swear, like in the world. Like, I think so, because it can change people's moods. It can affect what they do, how they think. I think it's just super.
It can connect people who don't even speak the same language.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or I mean,
And again,
or have you ever just like put on headphones or just turn on like your speakers really loud, not worrying about like other people around you? Close your eyes and like you can truly imagine yourself like being like having that band or that person in front of you playing to you, and like it can mess with your imagination and everything like that. So
definitely something that I wanted to bring up. I started to bring it up earlier about like sending a message, and like I was starting to bring this up when I was saying how like a lot of lyrics in music, modern music kind of suck. Music can be a powerful thing too, as far as sending a message. Like you can convey so much information. You have such a big audience, and especially like if it's a good song and then people actually like look into the meaning of like what your lyrics mean, you can convey so much information or like awareness about a topic.
I got a perfect example.
Send it.
Bringing him back in, my boy Logic, dude. He's got that 1-800 song, the suicide prevention song. That's what it's all about, my man. Like,
yeah,
the song's literally the phone number, and like his message is so powerful. Like, I think he's honestly one of the best rappers in our lifetime for sure.
yeah.
Just because he
And
sends a
definitely up
message.
that one's even more. It's like that's more cut and dry. Like there's even songs where you don't realize until you actually go. Like you listen to it and you're like, wow, it's a good song. But then you actually sit down and listen, and like read the lyrics, and you're like, wow, this is actually telling me something. This is speaking to me.
Yeah.
This is trying to send me a message. This isn't just about a song. Like this is actually trying to say, about something that's going on in the world or like something to be aware of.
Well, I think that's all of Logic, because he raps about, like he even makes fun of it. He's like, yeah, if I don't say that I'm being biracial, is it really a Logic song? But he talks about the struggles of being biracial and how the black people frown upon him because he's white, and the white people frown upon him because he's black. Like, it's every song he mentions that, and it's a really big problem, especially in today's society, right?
Yeah.
And like people connect with that, and all his, like I said, his music is just so powerful if you actually sit down and listen to it.
Yeah, song
think that's a lot
Nikki
of
was
bands.
really good, where the whole song you think he's talking about a girl, but he's actually talking about nicotine, his
Yep.
struggle with
Mhm.
nicotine and stuff.
Yeah, it's
that was crazy.
dude.
Yeah.
Logic. If you guys don't listen to Logic, even if you don't like rap, he's got he's got some lighter songs, and he's got a little bit of funky songs. Like it's really good. You got to listen to it.
We're not sponsored by Logic, by the way.
Oh, you're
That would
not?
be dope,
If
though.
only.
I don't think so.
Oh shit.
But you know what? We are pseudo sponsored by.
Who's that?
So if music isn't your thing, which again we talked about this before, I don't know how it couldn't be. Maybe you're into books, and just maybe you like listening to things and not reading things, or if you're like various people in our group and don't know how to read. Audible is a great. Yeah, Joey's raising his hand. Audible is a great example that we can use for that. And guess what? There's a link down below in the description. I'm pointing. If you click on that link, you will get Audible free for 30 days, and you can listen to your books just like you listen to music.
Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Hell yeah, brother.
That was nice, man. That was a good one.
It's nice. Anywho,
So we're gonna talk now.
Awkward silence.
Stop talking about books. Back to music. Let's go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Normally, on my days off, I like to wake up. I like to listen to a little Mac Miller as I'm making some breakfast.
Oh.
And then,
Kicking it dope as kids,
hell
boy.
yeah, Mac Miller's the boy. Hell yeah, brother. And then when I'm on my way to work or anything like that, the gym, same thing as Chris. I'm always listening to some either rap or hip hop, but I think I listen to that more than you do. You go a little bit more alternative, but own the day or just try to hate my job a little bit less, and then it's pretty much that for the rest of the day. I don't listen to the classical stuff or anything like that. That's still blowing my mind, to be honest.
I can tell because
all of you listen to it.
little
Have you tried
pea
it?
brain over
like,
there.
Have you tried to just like sit down and like that kind of like dark ambient environment and just like put on a little bit of classical music and just close your eyes and chill?
No, I have not, and I have no desire
Try
to.
it.
dude.
Try it.
Dude. One day
You're
you'll
missing
grow
out.
up and you'll listen to it and you'll be like, holy
This is-
shit.
This is me
Yeah.
telling you this.
Yeah.
That's
all
actually
you should
that
know.
is impressive. Just in a dark room, listen to some Beethoven.
Honestly, man, I've got a record player and I've got some Beethoven and I forget who else, but dude, it's good stuff, man.
Listen to Hans Zimmer like me and Rumsey. There's some
Yeah.
really good like newer modern
Yeah.
stuff that's really good.
That's what I wake up to in the morning. I wake up
Yeah.
to
Ross, what's his name? I think Ross Burgeon. He's good too.
Ooh, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
But I listen to a lot of Hans Zimmer, Martin O'Donnell. Martin O'Donnell's probably my favorite. And then Michael Salvatore. So I'll listen to that in the morning.
Salvatore.
Salvatore. Yeah, I'll listen to that in the morning, and then on my way to work or at the gym, I'll listen to old school hip hop or like new rap or something. You know, I'll listen to NF or Drake or Eminem. Yeah, I know, pretty basic,
Hell yeah, good choices.
but good. Yeah.
Not bad.
Exactly.
See,
then-
and this I'm sorry, go on.
Later in the day, I'll listen to some like singer-songwriter stuff. So like Matt Simons or Jake Scott. Jake Scott's really good as well.
Yeah, you just sent me that whole playlist, right? I started listening to it. It's pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Have
it.
you guys heard J. Cole's new album?
No, I didn't know
No.
he dropped one, but I'll listen to it. He's another good one.
Oh yeah, he dropped it last week.
Oh,
It is
nice.
fire.
Alright, sweet.
Absolutely love it.
I'll listen to it.
I'll have to check it out.
So here's another thing. I
no,
think
no,
you
no.
can maybe not everybody, but my judgmental ass judges people off of their food preferences, which we've talked about, and their music taste. And it's, I don't know, you can tell a lot from somebody between those two things, because it's one of how cultured are they just as a whole with their music and food. Like, I don't know, it drives me crazy. Like,
How you feel about me?
honestly, you've opened my eyes. I think about you a little bit differently now because you like classical music, and it's impressive. Joey, same fucking
Yes.
thought. The man doesn't listen to classical music. He's still a frat bro at heart, still sending it full send every time. he's too out of tune with his brain. It's hilarious.
Or is he too in
boy.
tune with it?
No, he's not. It's not there. He hasn't opened
No,
this side of his brain where it's like culture and self-awareness. He's not there just yet. He's making
I
steps.
really hope you point to the
I-
right
if
side
I-
of the brain.
It was my right
If I
side.
got in the car with you,
Put the right side.
if I got in the car with you
I
and
meant more
I
like
heard
correct.
classical,
I don't know what.
Oh,
it
I have
is.
no
hope
fucking
you were
clue.
Correct.
What, Joey?
oh my god. I said if I got in the car with you and I heard classical, I would just be like, "What is this dude doing?" With
I
his
know.
life?
It's just like
who is this guy?
and bro, even ask Rumsey. Like, there's been times I've been working out where like hip hop's not doing it for me. I'll throw on classical music, and like, yeah, it doesn't give you that pump. Like, I'm about to lift heavy shit. But classical music makes you, for me, it makes me focus on my form, my range of motion. Am I doing this correctly? I'm just like in the zone, like feeling my body, not like getting pumped up. So, dude,
Interesting.
music can be used
like
in
I
so
said-
many different ways.
That's like that. To me, there's like no better feeling than when you go like you listen to like the heavy music at the gym, you go hard at the gym, and you get in the car and you throw on classical music on the drive home, and it's just like complete chill.
Yeah,
That is like the best feeling.
agreed. It's awesome, man. So
Yeah.
Couldn't relate.
yeah, try it. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll get home and
Do
you'll be
it.
like, wow, maybe I'll finally
Look up,
decorate my
look up
closet.
the guys me and Rumsey talked about.
Yeah,
Is this my lesson
it
learned?
is your lesson learned of the
be.
day.
Yeah, I say.
So unless you guys have any other points, I think that's a good spot to wrap up.
This has been Lessons Learned. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to go to our YouTube and subscribe, like, comment, and follow our other social media pages linked in the description. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time. All right.
See you.
That was horrible. It was just an eye.